starting on that T side, NiP on the CT side. And this means a hell of a lot to the teams. They want to avoid going down early on. They do not want to have to play that best of 3. If they can avoid that, then they're in a little bit of a better stead.
Well, yeah, no one wants to play Envy. No one wants to play Envy in an elimination. Well, you do, because it means you move on, but that's going to be scary tall test for either one of these teams.
Yeah, no one would want to face those guys when they find their form. Certainly was missing a little bit previously, but we are live into this one. And we'll get this one started up nice and quickly. But look at the T side, we do have that utility towards Nothing and Seang, Gares, the rest hidden up on the armor. Where are they looking towards going?
Well, Nothing with the bomb is heading in towards B tunnels. That's a little bit dangerous. He's all alone. This is going to be a mid B split. They've walked out mid. Force is spotting it from the dust2 or the B bomb site window.
Let's see what he can do here. Well, the man who's renowned for that pistol work, not really having the chance. He gets put down swiftly, and look at this play from Cloud9. Just bullying their way in towards that B side. Bombs on the way there. Nothing was a little vulnerable if they maybe pushed out earlier, but no. He gets in safe. You're seeing Get Right and Allu, the last two standing, trying to make something out of this. That P250 in the hands of Shroud is going to just shred Allu down, and it's Get Right, last man standing.
Yeah, really bad start for NiP. No real defense mounted there at Cloud9. Just a typical mid B split. They walk out mid. They don't smoke it early. They wait till they're out so they can, you know, they delay rotations. And then they just explode.
Yeah, brilliantly done. Get Right, trying to find anyone in this instance. Shroud's a little low, but he's already backed away, and it'll be Skadoodle to close it down. That's Cloud9 picking up round 1. Not too surprising, but nicely done. They didn't suffer a single casualty in that factor, and it just seemed like it went perfectly for them.
Yeah, well, we talk about perfect. freakazoid, that entry fragger, gets that opening kill onto Force. Like you said, Force renowned for his pistol work. Not able to find anything, and we do see a little bit of a buy-up out of NiP. 3 members with armor. All of them have upgraded pistols, although Allu not buying armor. That's the offer, so they want to make sure he has that gun into the 4th round, and there's a good trade. Nade from Force cleans up Shroud.
Yeah, great little start there. Can't retrieve anything from it, of course, down by those double doors. Allu's still spamming away with the P250, keeping them back, buying a little time here. And maybe Allu going to try and pick up something for himself there off the fallen corpse of his teammate. Nothing to be found, however. And look at the T side. They don't seem too threatened. They seem to be just kind of keeping their options open. But Nothing, once again, taking his time by those B tunnels. But it looks like they're maybe considering that mid again. But this time, he's not split towards B on his own.
Yeah, this is the same thing as the pistol round. Just walk out, get that smoke out late. Now it's been spotted. There's a crossfire set up in the B bomb site. Friberg's got to go huge.
He has to land one of these, and that's not going to happen. Seang Gares just moves in, takes him down. That's 2 back-to-back. Now Forrest and Allu, last 2 men standing a mile away from the others, and there's so little they can achieve here.
Yeah, there's really nothing. The most they can do is maybe push out. There is a Mac 10 on Forrest, but they can push out long and try and find an exit over towards T-spawn. But really nothing open to them. They're just going to save this armor, save this Mac 10, a little bit of utility that they have. But that's Cloud9 on that eco run. That's probably one of the very few second rounds on dust2 they haven't had to go up against a scout. So you saw it. They were a little bit patient early on trying to figure out where that gun was at, and it just never showed. So just bullying their way into that B bomb site works one more time.
Yep, maintaining the rifles as well. You got the Galil in there, you got freakazoid with the AK. Everyone's pretty much golden from this. And there we go. Only Shroud going down in those first 2 rounds. Cloud9 looking very comfortable to start off with. We've not seen much back from NiP, but I'm waiting to see what they can bring later into this one once they get those guns beside them, because this round's probably going to be no better for them if we're honest.
Yeah, more than likely not. That P250 on Forrest is dropped over to Get Right. Forrest keeps the Mac 10, so they do have a little bit of upgraded firepower. Skadoodle not even really taking a shot. It was very delayed, waiting to see how many crossed. And Allu gets naded very early on, down to 34, but it's fast working up catwalk, and there's no defense here. There's not even a person in the A bomb site. There's Allu finally getting cleaned out by a 3rd nade. Yeah,
this just looks like rinse and almost repeat for Cloud9, just bullying their way towards the side. So confident about it as well, not messing around here. Seang Gares just checking down by Goose. No one to be found. As you noted, everyone's kind of away from the side. They're looking to retake through mid there. 3 players for NiP, trying to make their way up towards short. Skadoodle with the scout going to go in for 1. Not going to get it, but he does have backup. That Shroud and Skadoodle cleaning up the remains of NiP. Nicely done then, locking down every possible threat. And Cloud9 get those clean 3 to start with.
Yeah, really well done by Cloud9 in those first 3 rounds. 1 kill going the way of NiP. That's Forrest picking that up, but no damage dealt in their team. They're going to keep these SMGs. We've seen it in the past from them, and with them, they tend to enjoy doing really, really fast strategies. In the past, it's been a P90, but using the movement of the SMGs to enter into the bomb sites. Skadoodle's got that AWP, so does Allu.
Well, this is what we wanted to see, but as you mentioned, quite a fast speed possibly coming out here. Friberg not breaching in towards the side. He's going to have to deal with it from afar. Great little spray through the smoke while flashed up, catches out Nothing. Flashes are slowing down the T players, so at least maybe NiP can look towards this one. Friberg's got himself in a great spot. Singles out 1, gets him down. Forrest comes in. Finally, NiP make a stand, but there's 2 players left standing though. Seang Gares and Shroud. But on the edge of the smoke, Forrest just popping up a touch. Don't think he meant that one, but the site now slowly being encroached upon by Cloud9. But NiP know what's up. They've got a good idea here. Shroud does manage to sneak through, but nicely done by NiP, slowing them down on that entrance then.
Yeah, that's the thing with those SMGs, trying to make it fast. That first kill by Friberg was the key. He times it, he gets a little bit fortunate with the time. He doesn't get flashed by just that timing. He finds the gap before he gets blinded, gets the first kill, and that slows everyone down because the support flashes from his teammate blind all of Cloud9 in the tunnels. They can't make it out. That buys time for the rotations.
Good start here for NiP, at least with guns in their hands. The other side of things, though, Cloud9 just hopping back in towards those rifles, of course, as you mentioned, just those SMGs before, so they can maybe go for a little bit. Seang Gares sticking down with the Tech 9 and get right, playing on short, maybe going to fall back a touch with the P90 there.
Yeah, Sean will have bought Skadoodle the AWP and just taken the Tech 9 for himself. Has a good in-game leadership.
Good guy, what a nice guy. Anyway, Cloud9 taking their time on this, playing a little slower, of course. You've got to be a touch more tentative on this. Maybe get some of that utility away from the CT side, and Get Right now just lurking ahead. Brilliant play from Get Right to go down, just walking in with the P90 and saying no by those double doors at long. And now 3 left standing for the T side, and it may not be pretty, it may not be nice, but it's working out. Get Right goes for the spray, but Seang Gares finds him, and there's Skadoodle taking Xizt down in mid, and we're back down to a 3v3.
And Skadoodle knows the boost. He saw where he gets that kill from. He knows there's one more player close up. That's Friberg, so he's just holding it for the fallback. That flash works perfectly, and Friberg actually swings over and peeks, but decides to fall back in towards CT spawn. It's going to be all up to this duel. Nothing versus Force. Who's going to win this one? Doors are getting smoked off now.
All right, Forest knows there's someone there. Nothing gonna have to breach in towards this flash. Comes out, Forest isn't flash, but hopping up on the bucks. Nothing just about gets away with it for a second, but no. Forest closes down, Friberg comes in. Now Skadoodle, 1v3. He's got a lot of work to do, and the bomb's there in B. They know where it is, and Allu comes around the back. Great little shutdown from NiP. And this is just good play coming out from NiP now.
Yeah, once again, back into the B bomb side. This time it's Forest that gets that initial kill and buys time for Friberg to rotate back and support him wonderfully. So another good round for NiP, 2 in a row on the gun rounds. Get Right picks up that P90 once again.
All right, we're seeing the double orb coming out for NiP as well. Forest gonna be opting for that. Allu joining in. And Get Right just going for a walkabout, maybe just trying to find what's out of that money. He already takes down freakazoid. This should be shooting fish in the barrel for that man if he carried on that journey, but backs away after 1.
Yeah, this is Get Right just saying, I've had enough, I'm gonna be aggressive, I'm gonna do what I want. And he's doing it perfectly with this P90. Aggressive towards long, gets 1. That time he finds the intel. And now these ops can really go to work.
Well, we've seen how dangerous Get Right can get when he gets in that mentality, and already doing fairly well for himself. Of course, Cloud9 only have pistols to work with, but he is really racking up the dollar bills here, and nothing just about creeping past, though.
It looks like he's deathmatching at the moment. It really
it's
does.
a scary attitude for this guy. When he gets into these kind of mindsets, you know how good he can get.
All of them, really. And this is 3 rounds in a row now. They felt really comfortable in these gun rounds. Double op setup is so intimidating to have to go against if you're Cloud9. Skadoodle, glass cannon op. He's going to have some work to do. He's got to find a pick for his team.
All right, you got Forest to challenge down in mid. Allu's been playing down by long, so this could be the start of it. But no, Forest doesn't land that one. Caught a glimpse, I think, of Skadoodle just hopping down. But this is a fast play through mid. Forest is going to be overwhelmed here, but they're flashed up. He gets a second. He takes the shot. He gets it. freakazoid goes down, and look at this. Forest, nice little pop flash. Trying to keep control of mid, and the bomb's there as well.
Yeah, that's a crucial kill, and now Cloud9 has to come towards this, but the op's able to reposition. And he finds one through the smoke. Nice shot from Forest.
Outstanding play from Forest already, making his mark with that orb. But it is a 4v3. It's not too impossible, but that bomb is in such a bad spot here. And Cloud9 know it. Forest is readjusting. He's trying to keep his mind open to where the others will be peeking from. He does catch a glimpse. He's down so low. He's got to be cautious. As Seang Gares does find Allu. Maybe Cloud9 can chip their way back into this, but there's still Xizt here. There's still Friberg. There's so much defending that bomb.
Yeah, and there's no more smoke, so it's going to be all down to these picks. Sean picks up the op. He used to do it for his team. Finds 1 kill. That's a good find. That's Forrest going down with his op. But still, not a lot of utility to use, and they've got to find something. Clock's running down. 38 seconds left.
Cloud9 are going straight in for this one. NiP playing it back, playing quite calm in this, just sticking themselves on towards that B side. They know where the bomb is, and Friberg's eyes are watching it. He's going to be peeking this one. He catches this one. He doesn't get the shot off, and Skadoodle finds Friberg. The glass cannon's paying off, and now just Xizt standing. They've retrieved the bomb. They're getting the hell out of dodge, and that is just brilliant stuff from Cloud9. They just brute force their way back in, and NiP seem to have no answer. Yeah,
playing so passively, they couldn't trade any of these kills, and now Sean's in CT spawn, holding the angle with the op, but Xizt with some nice movement, wins that duel. Bomb is going to get planted. Picks up the AWP to try and find 1 more, but Skadoodle's too quick. 3 kills for him on the round. A crucial 3 kills as well, where they had to rely on those picks and those duels.
Absolutely massive from Skadoodle, even in those tough situations. As you said, when they're playing so passively, NiP were just tucking themselves in towards the sides, anywhere they could get away from it, but still. Cloud9 forged their way through. It's 4-3 now. NiP still able to get back on the buy, though. Double or back into place. Forest had an outstanding beginning with it last time. However, Skadoodle this time, eyes are peeled. He's keeping eyes on this, and look at this play. He was already peeking towards short. I think he knew that maybe there was going to be a play from allu there, but they do back away.
Yeah, this is a crucial round for NiP because they've invested in this double up setup a couple times now. It's really, really expensive. So losing this round, they're going to be forced onto a save afterwards. That's when Cloud9 can really start racking up the rounds. Allu boosted up onto a teammate's head on catwalk, trying to peer into lower B. Not finding anything quite yet. Most of Cloud9 positioned outside of long.
Much slower play coming out from Cloud9. We've seen that when they, those fast Bs do work out in the early rounds, but now there's that utility there with NiP. It just doesn't pay out anymore. But the rotate's coming through, and they're heading over towards that B site here. We already had, I can imagine, maybe nothing playing around those B tunnels. He's been there almost every round, but now you're going to have this duel starting out again. Forest up against Skadoodle last time. Skadoodle won this one. Forest looking for a chance here. He's holding the perfect angle, and he gets it. That's going to slow things down, but no, they don't. They keep running into him, and there we go. This is surely going to be his triple. He does get it. Nothing goes down, and Forest just coming into his own here. Perfect play with the orb. Seang, Gares, last man standing, going to get picked up by Xizt, and that is the beauty of what can happen when Forest starts firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, well, Forest reads that perfectly. He was positioned in middle with that AWP, and at a certain point where they see nothing across the map, he rotates into the B bomb site, grabs the angle, and it's just cleanup duty for him. And that's an interesting call from Cloud9, who put pressure nowhere on the map and then make the call full rotation back to B without the intel. And they're forced onto a save of their own.
All right, so let's kind of take stock. As this is a save coming out from Cloud9, they shouldn't be able to achieve too much with it. Have to wait and see. But coming out from what we're seeing from these two teams form-wise, is this NiP looking dangerous? Is this the normal NiP? What are we seeing here? Because at least I know, Forest is having a great game. Get Right looked confident at the start. This looks quite a dangerous side so far.
Yeah, and Anders mentioned it on the analysis desk, is that, Get Right just trying to doing more of his death matching thing. He gets punished that time by nothing. And just all-out aggression from NiP. They don't care.
Has an AWP running up mid right now with his USPS. This guy's just, they're playing DM, and it's working. They're just playing this crazy aggression style. It's amazing to watch, but nothing did recover the M4, but no armor to help him out there, at least head armor, and he goes down.
Yeah, and I was going to say, Anders mentioned it, that NiP at times, we've seen them during this slump, they just play like they're not confident. And this time, now that they've gotten into this, they've won 5 gun rounds, and Cloud9's only won 1, so now NiP's starting to feel that confidence just based off the fact that they're winning a lot of these duels. They're taking good fights, and they're coming out on top, and that's just going to continue.
Skadoodle has a great little spawn for long there. Going to try and make the peak. No one's going to be challenged, though. There's actually no one playing down towards long this time for NiP. They're playing so stacked towards that mid to B. Get Right and Forest are playing off that one. And here we go. Xizt is going to be where the buck stops. He does get the spray down towards one, but there we go. The exchange comes in. Cloud9 start taking some control of this map, and NiP need to respond to it.
Yeah, but no aggression up long A. It's just going to leave Skadoodle there. Get Right swings out. He's very lucky to get away with that one. Even allu goes for a second peek, but they're going to have to boost back up into the site if they want that. And the fact that Skadoodle holds long A for his team pretty much moves Cloud9. That's their best option because they dedicated so much. They didn't have really too much map control elsewhere, so they come back towards long, and they're going to have to work their way up to the site.
No one from NiP's over-responding to this. They're just still taking the time around mid. You've got Get Right on short. There's no one on that site. Xizt was the only player by A at the beginning. And look at them. They already know what's going on here. Friberg making his way up mid. He's going to get so much information off this, and Cloud9's game is going to be certainly unraveled here, but they will at least get the bomb down, I can imagine, fairly unscathed.
Yeah, well, the fact that there's no defense here, they've got to know that a flank at long is coming very, very quickly. It's Skadoodle's positioned himself in pit to watch that, but Get Right just holding catwalk, so now they know exactly Cloud9 can only be long and in the A bomb site. That makes this retake much easier, and Friberg wins the battle against Skadoodle. Now this is looking scary for Cloud9.
That was massive. Here we go. Can they unlock the rest? It's Friberg coming in again on long. He's going to find nothing. Now there's 2 players standing on the bomb site. Shroud, the last man alive. Forest found Seang, Gares. He's going to put out whatever he has here. Tries to slow them down by platform. Takes the peek. He takes down Get Right. He looks for the follow-up. He's running out of time, but so is the CT side. He goes for the Glock. He's trying to get it out. Shroud comes in with it in the end. 4 kills for that man. It took him to pick up 4, but they make it work.
What a beautiful play from Shroud. All he could really do is get aggressive and find that one-on-one. If he stays in that corner, he's going to get sandwiched. He's going to get pinched. So he gets aggressive, finds one, and then just jumping around, stays alive as long as possible, playing that bomb timer like it's a teammate.
Perfect. Perfectly done then. A little scary, let's say, but in that situation, he pulled off what he needs to do. Now, looking at NiP, they're not great for money in this one. You've got Get Right with the Mag 7. You've got Friberg a little less than comfortable, but Cloud9 still taking the time. They don't want to rush this, it seems, and Forest backing out of mid, and Looking at Cloud9, once again, Gares just down to that Tech 9. No ought to be seen.
This almost looks like their pissed around. Like what they did at the beginning of this half was just walk out mid and then delay smoke CT spawn. 4 players grouped up there now, but Get Right blocks that avenue off for the moment.
Nice little insight there from Get Right, but doesn't matter. It looks like Cloud9 are keeping their options open. There we go. Friberg gets a brilliant touch of information. Flash is going to be exchanged, but he does manage to catch out one. Doesn't matter. freakazoid opens up on the B site. Now Forest has to hold on once again. Single-handedly does finally go down. freakazoid doing wonderfully for Cloud9 there. And now the last two are cut off from the others. Get Right and allu probably not going to have a shine test, but look at nothing. Already hunting them down.
Yeah, interesting to see nothing in that lurk position. He delays it. Allu's got to go take care of him. And now with the time running down, no kits on allu or Get Right. There is one in the bomb site. Forest had one, but they'd have to retake it to pick that kid up, and it just seems too tall of a task for him. So they're going to save. Get Right's going to try and pick one off and trying to chase allu, but in reality, the economy for Cloud9 is not good enough for them to chase these down. They have to save these weapons that they have.
Yeah, it was a shoddy purchase to begin with. It wasn't perfect from them either. Obviously, the Tech 9 still being present on Gares, but they do manage to walk away at least with an AWP as well, so that's going to be Skadoodles to hold on to into the next round. And you're going to have everyone surviving from this. So at least Cloud9 getting this one back in towards their favor. They're starting to build up maybe a little bit more of that scoreline, but still, 6-5 is a respectable CT side for NiP. We know that they're maybe not always favorable towards the CT side. They like to start out on the T side on occasion, but overall, performance-wise, who's impressed you most thus far?
Just watching it, well, Forrest with his AWP has had a couple good rounds. Even some of the rounds they've lost, he's had some good shots with it, but Get Right with the aggression that he's displayed, he needs to start having a little bit more of an impact. It seems like Cloud9 recognizes that he was catching fire and have gone away from him the past few rounds.
Oh, allu's the one with the M4 here. Going to be swept aside again. freakazoid's been starting to come into his own in the last couple of rounds. That play towards B was something that he certainly forged together, but Xizt waiting up on shore will take him down. So that's an element removed, and they will at least be able to recover some form of weaponry. I think that's off allu.
Yeah, and this stack at the A bomb site for NiP hasn't been found out. freakazoid did not get the information of catwalks, and now they're going to cross anyways. There are 3 NiP members here. Forrest has the M4, but being smoked off, he can't connect with the spray through. And there's nothing taking out Xizt. Opens the bomb site up a little bit more, but Friberg goes for the jump.
I always get nervous seeing this one, but Friberg not going to quite have the moment we saw Shroud have earlier on, but Get Right shows him how it's done. That's 2 back-to-back. The Max 7 coming in. I think he looked a little astounded with those 2 landing, but now Friberg is in this. I think they know where the bomb went down. I'm pretty sure they saw it on the site, at least Get Right might have, but ooh, catching Skadoodle down to 10 HP. Perfect start for Friberg in this 1v2, but can he define any of these situations? Goes for the hop up, not gonna get it, they planted safe for it. Skadoodle already in pit. Friberg looking for his chance here, he's getting tagged up, he has no armor to work with either.
It's a little scary for Cloud9, though. That plant is not for the upper and pit, so Skadoodle's got to hit this shot as he's crossing, but he's missed a couple. Friberg trying to find a pick before he really commits to it, and it's not happening. He might just want to think about running away at this point.
Yeah, he's running out of ammo, he's running out of time. He's gonna make his mind up, and it is time to seemingly back away for now. Trying to go for the safe cross away, but no, Gares will find him on the way out. And even though it got a little shaky at the end there, Cloud9 do pick up the round.
Yeah, but they lose 3, and it was there was still that Max 7 and that M4 that were saved, so it wasn't too much of an investment for NiP. But there's that AWP back into allu's hands. Forrest not able to afford one. They've desired this double AWP setup through the opening portion of this half, but they're not able to go back to it quite yet. This time, light utility, no kits on the NiP side.
Yeah, and it looks like a scorching start for the T side. They're just going straight in towards long, but look at Forrest. He's round the back of 2 of them here. Shroud's already gone past. He's going to find Xizt. The wild spray comes in, but no, nothing just denies that play coming out from Forrest. He had the opportunity, but just didn't work out in his favor. And now 4v3, the CT side at the disadvantage as Gares starting to keep his eyes towards those mid doors. We know Get Right's been playing there, but not going to show his presence, and Cloud9 slowed down.
Yeah, and this is what Cloud9's transitioned into. They were taking this delayed long control, and they're just holding it for some time. They have the kills. They know they can spread the defense out a little bit if they wait patiently, because at some point, NiP's going to have the intel. They're going to have to know what's coming so they can rotate to really make up for that man deficit.
Yeah, and allu's the one tucked into the side at the moment, just head down, trying to hide the AWP from being seen, and all of NiP making Cloud9 make the move. That Molotov is going to force allu out of the site, as freakazoid will do what he does best, just cracking open these bomb sites. He's playing that role so well so far. But Friberg and Get Right so far away from being able to get in towards this one, but Get Right's having a little look towards mid, maybe looking to take some guns away, maybe looking to do some sort of damage, but just seems almost impossible at this point. Here we go, Get Right. Oh.
Do it.
Do it. Come on, Get. Oh. All right, there's one. He knows where the second is. He should get that, and he does. Nicely done by Gares, but the time's certainly not in their favor. And you can see the man's kind of lurking prowess, always going to be so class.
He wanted that knife.
He did.
So badly.
He went for it. He looked for it. He was almost there. Not going to happen, though. 2v2, and it'll be NiP to at least retain these weapons. No one's even close from Cloud9. They're going to tuck themselves away in pit. They need to keep those as well to hand. Maybe Skadoodle can get himself an orb to be playing with. Excuse me, he's already got one. Tell a lie. So, all good on the Cloud9 front, pretty much. They're not the cleanest of rounds, but they're getting them in the bag.
Right, and they've had 4 straight. So now at a point where there's a couple rifles saved up on NiP, but Xizt buys a little bit of armor, upgrades the pistol, so this is mostly a save out of NiP with 3 players not purchasing anything, and they're just going to see what Friberg can get done, but once again, so aggressive up catwalk, that's Shroud. He's already making his way up the stairs. There's 2 players at long trying to cross. Might have been able to catch him out, but he's going to wait for them to rotate back in.
Yeah, 1 player made it towards Goose, but there's the molly coming in towards side. Not going to flush anyone out this time. But Allu's already starting to surge up by long. They're going to start knowing these guys, they're not playing towards long at the moment. They're not here. They've got to be somewhere else. And Friberg's the one with the gun. That's the big factor here. Exists just away from the flames. This is going to be huge. Can Friberg do any damage with this M4? He needs to make it count. It was one of the 2 weapons retained on the NiP side. Here we go. Does connect towards Gares, but sadly for Xizt, he can't make the damage be done. And Cloud9 once again starting to take the side. But Friberg's starting to look. He's going to have the chance. He gets the tag, not the frag. And once again, everyone's showing their presence. He's going to take the player down on the side. That took a little bit longer than expected, but still, they've got a chance into this. 3 players make it 2. Friberg, look at this man go. That's incredible play from him. 4 already, single-handedly taking down Cloud9. Won't get the ace, but it will be closed down by Allu. And that defuse should be coming in any second now once that molly goes away.
Yeah, that's a massive mistake from Cloud9. Letting Friberg come up like that. They couldn't connect the shots. Skadoodle on catwalk. That should have been his kill. 1 player over towards that quad box. He couldn't find it either, so Friberg just strolls his way up and kills freakazoid as soon as he's done planning. That's got to be frustrating for him to have 2 of his teammates fail to cover him in that situation, but a beast round from Friberg. Really well done.
Yeah, nice play from him. But 6-8, scoreline-wise, this is a very close game. This is substantially closer than I thought it'd be, if I'm completely honest. Looks like NiP finding a little bit of form here, but we're going to see the challenge down on long. Skadoodle, not going to miss that one. Connects towards gets out, and does the early damage.
Yeah, and that kill forces 2 players from NiP. They just want to make sure there's not going to be an explosion coming out of that choke point from Cloud9, but either way, gap in the defense is on catwalk, and once again, C9 making their way up. They're already peering out towards long. That's where Allu is with the AWP, but he can't land anything. He falls quickly, and now it's just Xizt holding himself alone. They pop flash through the smoke. Are they going to fight him? Are they going to check for it? He's hiding in the smoke, but there's Skadoodle. He turns around.
Yeah, it almost happened again. The amount of times they've walked past someone, just narrowly missing them, but this time they do find the threat. Forest last time tried to make an attempt. That didn't work out either, but still. Forest and Friberg, the last 2 alive in this round, up against the 4 players on the T side, and they're going to have to make damn sure they don't lose this one, but Forest does catch one going towards Goose. He knows where he is. Friberg confidently striding towards the side as Forest does try and keep eyes towards Goose, making sure no one can peek out. Drops down, looking towards ramp. He's going to catch a glimpse. Friberg's going to deal with Freak, but Skadoodle's eyes are trained on that, and they're not going to let that one go. Making up that previous round, 9-6 is what we're going to be looking towards. And to be fair, I've got to say it, Cloud9 started to pick up momentum towards the end, but NiP are showing that danger that we know they can occasionally display. But what are your thoughts overall as the scoreline? Are NiP safe enough going into their T side on this? Are Cloud9 comfortable enough? Who's got the advantage in that aspect?
I wouldn't be comfortable from Cloud9, knowing the defensive struggles they've had. And if you look at how these rounds played out, there was a stretch where NiP won 4 of 5 right in the center. That's when they had that double op going. Cloud9 makes an adjustment off that, wins 4 straight, and they win, 4 of the last 5 rounds, or 5 of the last 6 rounds that were played.
Yep.
But either that's going to be something that we're going to have to see in the second half, because if NiP notices that this mid defense is weak at any point and they can exploit that, we're going to have to see an adjustment out of Cloud9, and it's an adjustment they've failed to make time and time again on this map, most notably against Kinguin in the group stages of ESL Cologne, and also the Pro League finals in the first season against Fnatic in the grand finals.
Weakness aplenty. The raid boss of Forest going to let his presence be known by long there, as Shroud's going to have to back the hell away, get boosted up towards the side. But we are live into the second half now. NiP up on the T side, Cloud9 on the CT side. Shroud trying to make an attempt here with Skadoodle, but Friberg just puts him to bed. But Skadoodle with a precise 2 kills coming in, just plucking the heads off Xizt and Forest. That's a big threat down. Allu's going to pick up the Tech 9 at least, but the bomb's not yet crossed. They've left it behind on long. He's going to have to go back for it. Get right, and Friberg finally get the kills. Allu chimes in with 1, and slowly but surely, Cloud9 let that one slip. They had the opportunity then.
Yeah, Get Right plays a really important role in that round, lurking out mid, because Sean could have helped guard the cross. They didn't get the bomb. It was dropped, and the smoke fades away, and now Sean just in this 1-on-3, he's being held perfectly by Get Right. You can see with only 5 HP, Get Right doesn't even have to land the shots. He's just got to keep the attention, and Sean knows he's got to come back for him, and he gets dropped.
So, nice little start there for NiP. Picking up round 1 in the second half. Gonna be pretty gutting, I can imagine, for Cloud9, considering you said such an important factor is going to be that play towards mid, keeping that under wraps, and when Get Right can play that role throughout that, it's never going to feel good. So, looking on towards the T side, we're going to see the scout coming out. A couple of SMGs, a rifle on towards Friberg, and no surprise that Get Right's gone for that P90. But on the other side of things, they've got a little bit to work with. Not a great deal, though, and it looks like a brute force towards B, and that P90 is going to have a whale of a time until it met Sean Gares, who gets 1, gets 2, gets the 3rd. Outstanding individual moment coming out from Sean Gares, just soloing pretty much the entire site. That was something you do not see every day.
Heartbreaking from NiP to let that happen to him. Sean throws that Molotov a little late. It almost does absolutely nothing, but the 5-7 does work. 3 kills, and with the bomb down, all 4 members of Cloud9 inside the site, all of a sudden, this almost looks undoable for NiP. Allu's got a scout. That's not going to do too much entering into the site. He does have a Tech 9, though. That's the one that's going to have to do the damage.
Yeah, quite the admirable performance already from Sean Gares into this round. Don't think he'd be expected to do much more. And with that bomb just being held in the clutches of Cloud9, NiP know their options are so limited here. And imagine Friberg not wanting to lose out on that rifle, and look at these guys just chomping at the bit, just waiting for them to peek in.
And they used all the smokes they picked up off the dead bodies to just block this choke point, so the clock is just continuously running down 30 seconds before they're even going to be able to make their move.
Yeah, if you wanted to make the situation worse, there's certainly one way. freakazoid's going to be on the receiving end, at least 1 grenade coming out. Friberg's going to get 1, get 2, not going to find the 3rd, and it's Skadoodle with the shutdown on the last 2 players. But Cloud9, I don't know how it seems to happen to them, but when it does, you know, it's either freakazoid coming up big with those entries that we saw towards the sites, and then Sean Gares having a bit of a moment for himself then. It seems they can just pull it together in the smallest of instances, and now NiP are down to these Tech 9s. They've got a lot to work with, though. Well,
it's usually Cloud9 where those rounds, those force buys out of their opponents usually terrorizes them. They don't go their way. They're the ones you think just that matchup they had in Envy earlier today. Yeah. You know, they lost that eco to NBK at the ace, but those are the matches that usually ruin the day for them.
This is not going too perfectly either for NiP. Looking at this one, Allu taking a lot of damage, Xizt, and there we go. Finally, the kills are going to come back in towards it. Nothing just going to stamp his authority towards short, stop them making their way through, as now just Xizt left alive. But they did lose out on 2 players there. Yeah,
that looked a little bit scary for just a second. Those 2 kills from nothing really swing it back into Cloud9's favor, but there was an opportunity there for NiP to start swinging wide and at least get a bomb plant. Either way, this doesn't look like it's going to go their way. Xizt does have the bomb. He could get a plant. He doesn't know this quite yet, but there's no one near the A bomb, so they're actually going to give him the plant, and they're just going to play it for the retake.
Wow. Surprised they actually gave him that, but I guess maybe playing for the safer retake than the challenge.
Well, they also know that next round's going to be a save out of NiP no matter what. The bomb just gives them a better buy in the following round when they can get those AK-47s.
And there we go. Nicely closed down by Sean Gares in the end, and the defuse will be sure to follow afterwards. But so far, NiP not really had much of an opportunity to show too much, aside from obviously that second round buy-in with, you know, the scouts and the 1 rifle on Friberg, really. But we're obviously seeing the defuse come through. Cloud9 making it 11-7, something more of a scoreline I expected to see probably earlier on almost in their favor.
Right, but now they've got to close out, because that's the task. That's the next thing that Cloud9 has struggled with in the past. Even when they peaked and had those 3 semifinal appearances, they really had trouble closing things out when they had the lead. It's all going to come down. This next gun round is going to be so crucial at, you know, what should be 12-7 for Cloud9.
It should be. There's so little on NiP. They really shouldn't be able to even make much of this one, but it's going to be maybe Sean Gares on the receiving end of the vast majority of the ninjas making their way through those B tunnels, as Allu pretty much the only one towards mid here. 1 player just behind him by CT, and should be an easy cleanup for nothing there. Deals with Allu nicely, and there we go, Sean Gares just mowing them down with nothing helping them out. So not even losing a single player, and barely even using their utility either.
Yeah, he got that position, and he knew it's just kind of it's free kills for him. So he just sits back there against those Glocks, against maybe a P250, not too much to do. But once again, NiP, much like their defense, they've gone back to the double op setup. Allu and Forrest both employing those, going for a mid pick early, and they're going to find it. Skadoodle takes the duel, and he gets dropped.
Yeah, perfect beginning, class little shot coming out from Forrest, and considering he's glass cannoning, very brave of him to go for that, but Allu gonna do it as well, just taking down nothing. That's be fairly open. He's gonna go confidently off the back of that. And look at it, freakazoid's gonna have to try and support through mid. Sean Gares will help him out, taking down Friberg. They do not have control of B, but look at this. NiP aren't just flooding into this. They're taking their time, and Gares might be finding options here.
Yeah, this is the smart play. This is why Gilbert, renowned for his game sense. Once he knows the rotations have to go towards that B bomb site, he aggressively takes long for his team. So now he has complete long control. He's going to push up. He can take a fight. He can try and find something and even open even more things up. It's just Shroud on the ramp who's got to defend against this.
Yeah, and well, freakazoid's gone down as well. It's down to those last two players. As mentioned, Sean Gares one, Shroud the other, and Gare's gonna spot out one of them. That was Shroud on ramp, and NiP, just brilliant read of the game there. It was just Gare reading up, great work from the AWPs early on, and it looks a good start for them. Once they get those double AWPs, it just seems to start going so much better.
Right, well also it helps obviously they get that pick on Skadoodle, but even the second pick from Allu and nothing tries to push up. Once you give those double ups that much space, you know rotations are going to come in, you know information plays are going to come in on a map like dust2 that's so wide open, a lot of opportunities for them to find even more kills.
Yeah, and it looked like maybe a little bit of presence towards B was going to be played out early on, but it's going to be Sean Gares meeting Xizt, and even though Sean Gares was the one who got, I think, legged through those doors, he will be the one to take him down, so a little bit of a work considering he's down to 11 HP here, but already NiP making tracks through those double doors in mid, and I think Allu just caught a glimpse, and oh, he misses the shot. That was vital. If he'd landed that, that could have opened this round up so perfectly, but Gilbert gonna find Sean Gares, and lovely bit of timing comes out, allowing freakazoid to peek down towards Allu and regain some control of mid. Yeah,
freakazoid loves that spot behind that box on the right side of CT spawn. That's how Kingwin kind of won their match against them, because they'd done their research. They knew that he's going to be playing there more often than not when he's rotating to help mid. And they just mollied him out. But either way, nice entrance through the smoke, get right onto nothing. And there's freakazoid finding one more, 3-on-2 now.
His flashes have been absolutely crisp so far. He's going to be able to challenge down one, but no, Friberg snuck himself in towards safety by platform. And now 2v2, the bomb is in hand. That's going to be taken across by Friberg, but Forest is pretty darn low. He does have the AWP, so I guess he can still make work of this one, but Shroud going to be going aggressively through those tunnels. Friberg's going to take down Forest. What on earth was that? As Shroud will be allowed to get the cleanup, and Cloud9 going to have a very easy retake then.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. They got a little bit confused, I'm assuming, with the flashbang coming over. He gets a little bit half blind, and he knows they're going to try and storm through that smoke at doors, so he sees Forest and just takes him out for Cloud9, so nice assist.
Yeah. Cloud9 going to be thanking him for that one. So, very nice one, buddy. That's really kind of you. Anyway, 13-8 NiP. Going to be a little worse for wear money-wise, but they've got enough to make something out of this round. Skadoodle once again for the early start, looking for the pick, but not going to find much this time. Gets a little information, though, but the flashes are coming in thick and fast. Allu on long, going to be trying to catch something out on the edge of that smoke, but no one's there.
Right, but he's forced them back so fast. None of them are in the site. They're all on the ramp, and 3 of them, actually. And they're going to be blind, and now NiP is streaming out all those flashbangs. Stop them. That was really scary if NiP was able to get out, but the flashbangs from Cloud9 force him back, and now Shroud has time to look towards long. NiP has to fall back and reassess.
It looked like NiP wanted to go, kind of fast into this, try and make their presence known early, get the early damage done, but as you noted, those counter flashes coming in towards short just completely slowed them down, completely held them up. But NiP still have that bomb going in towards the A site. They've got it down, and Xizt is the one on the precipice of something huge here. Player to the right, oh, he's gonna get tagged up. That's Skadoodle just letting the shots fly. Xizt not going to be flinching, and there we go. Xizt will put down Skadoodle. He knows there's another. That's Sean Gares, but he can't run, he can't hide. The molly's behind him. But while this happened, Friberg did find Shroud, but Xizt can't control long any longer. That's going to be going down. That's short, excuse me, as Friberg will get down long, and Sean Gares on short will get found. And somehow NiP, even though they're getting challenged constantly in that, they just came on top.
Right, they had great positioning for that retake to occur, and Cloud9, they did something smart. As soon as they knew they had kind of lost that A bomb site, they sent 3 to retake mid to try and get up catwalk quickly, to try and get out long and flank and find a way to retake an avenue into that bomb site. But Xizt playing behind the smoke, plays it perfectly, just bides time, even gets 1 kill. Really well done from NiP on that retake defense.
You can see a hell of a lot of presence towards long coming out from Cloud9. They do only have pistols though, so it's far from ideal for them to try and get anything done. And it looks like NiP are just going to be backing away from that, taking their time, trying to get the information. Allu's going to have a free walkabout on short, and only one player making himself tuck away in towards Goose. So really for Cloud9 here, what is the best they could achieve out of this? Surely NiP are not going to give this one up, so maybe just getting a couple of guns away?
Yeah, the money for NiP isn't that strong. 3 players on $50. If they can get 2 or 3 kills in this round, that'd be huge, and it looks pretty good that they'd be able to do that. It is going to be an executor of that A-bomb site. They do Molotov off the bomb site. That forces freakazoid in the open. That's crucial, but they might have sensed this stack now, but they're going to go anyways.
Here we go. Forest will connect towards Freak. He's going to be taken down pretty easily as Forest will find Skadoodle, but look at Shroud. He's still going to be waiting ever so patiently here, but they do check it. Allu does get time to turn back around, take him down, and NiP keep the clean slate there. 5 players alive and not losing anyone against Cloud9.
Now, this is a scary situation for Cloud9. If they force buy here, that's a really dangerous call. It'll be interesting to see what they decide to do. Because they should, in my opinion, they save here, and they are going to, so they're not going to force buy. We've seen them do it in the past where they get caught in this trend where they force buy, not able to get an op in Skadoodle's hands, but they're going to let NiP get up towards 11 and just play for the gun rounds with full utility.
Probably not a bad idea by now, but get right. He knows what's up. He's just going to go super confident. Going to find nothing, just chilling out by CT. So that's going to be a nice little start for them. That should give away the game there. They know what they're coming up against, but still. NiP taking the time. They don't like to rush us. They don't want to walk into any sort of stack at this point.
Well, they lost that second round, so they don't want to do that again on a Nico. Just a one pistol that's upgraded. We see how much damage it can do. Allu's going to find Sean over towards the window, but there's Freak swinging out, trades that kill off. But meanwhile, all of NiP is streamed out mid.
Yeah, but they're going in for the challenge. That could have been dangerous there, but Friberg will at least put the threat to bed. That's 2 down. Nice little bit of play from him. That
really could have been dangerous because he's alone in there with the bomb. If they're able to get that down, salvage a couple guns, and then all of a sudden NiP is in a scary spot.
Could have been a lot worse, but Xizt could be trying to keep guard of these weapons that have been dropped in towards the tunnels. Shroud not too far away, maybe looking to try and catch one, but not going to be an easy one with 2 NiP players waiting up there. Let's see what he can get. Nothing. Get right will find him tucked away in the corner. And NiP starting to come in there a little bit on this T side, starting to get some momentum building.
Yeah, not only building momentum, but building money. They have players who can rebuy multiple times, so they're looking good economically going forward. But this is where Cloud9 really has to make a stand. It's been 3 straight for NiP. And finally now they have the AWP in Skadoodle's hands. They have really good utilities on the remaining 4 players. 2 kits, Skadoodle and nothing with those.
All right, so they have everything they need to make this round work. But once again, look at Get Right. Just straight through mid. He's so confident. No one's really going to be taking him down. He got a touch of a challenge, but it's just sheer and utter confidence from this guy. It's beautiful to watch, but I'm wondering if he can get anything out of it. They've already got mid control for free almost here.
Yeah, this is that weakness in the Cloud9 defense. You saw, I mean, Get Right just doesn't care. He just gambles it, and no one's there. So now freakazoid's rotated back, but it's a little late. He's going to get smoked off. Nothing's alone outside B. He's got to do huge work.
Oh, he's going to start it off perfectly. Look at that double coming in back to back. Going to deny the easy presence from NiP. Trying to swing out and make that peak allu there. Going to be the first to fall, but still, Sean Gares expecting the play through those B tunnels. Going to spray in, put the smoke down, and kind of keep the ninjas on their toes.
Yeah, well, now it's all on Force. 3 on 5. Force has got to find some picks for his team. He's got to find a way to open things up. He's going to go up catwalk, and he's going to run into Skadoodle with that off. That would be a huge find. That would open up the A bomb site, let him get a plant, and from there they might be able to win in a retake situation.
A lot to be done still, and not a great deal of time to do it. 35 seconds in this. Skadoodle's going to be flashed up, but he still finds Friberg, denying that easy cross towards the A site. And look at this, Forest desperately trying to look for him, desperately trying to find him down by those cars, but Skadoodle already readjusting off the back of this. Bomb will be going down, safely applied away from long, but you can see this little bit of spam coming in. As Forest now looking for the challenge. Freakazoid just below. Oh my god, the damage coming through those boxes is massive. Freak's going to find Xizt, and there we go. Freak's going to find the second. That's Forest downed. And Cloud9 going to start building towards the end here. This is a big round for them. They needed it cleanly. They looked a little shaky when they lost control in mid, but they did somehow pull it back.
Yeah, that was a great round. Nothing really wins him that round. So much space given up to NiP in middle, and nothing, not even with the help of a pop flash. He just catches Allu looking up towards a window outside of the scope, and he takes a couple players out. So leaves him in a 5-on-3, and from there it's just an easy cleanup. But still, they're not out of it just yet because NiP can buy once again.
All right, once again into the flames we go. Let's see what we can find out of this one as Forest peering towards the cross. Not going to catch anyone out though. This not worked out this time. He did manage to take down Skadoodle, of course, in that brilliant exchange at the beginning. But now 2 players stacked towards long. Freak and Shroud. For now, Freak's going to back out of that one. Leave Shroud the turret there if the NiP side do decide they want to make their presence known. But so far, where are NiP looking towards?
This is going to be an A-split. Bomb's out towards long. They're going to do a delayed hit here. There's only 1 player defending it. That's Shroud. He's going to get fully blind. He stays to throw his smoke, and he might just do it with his life, but he doesn't. He gets away, throws a pop flash, but he's got a lot of pressure coming his way. Yeah,
3 players about to torrent in towards him. Nades come out, 11 HP to work with, and they know he's still there. They've got to know this, and there we go. Allu will find him pretty comfortably in the end. Shroud will be downed, and now Skadoodle has 2 angles to keep in check. He's going to find one. That's Xizt being dealt with at long, but oh, great little position from Forest, just hopped up towards Pit, but no, freakazoid pushed forward. But now, again, he's surrounded. Short's vulnerable. He tries to take the 1v1. Oh, he needs 1 shot to land. He's not going to get it. 2v2 now. He backs away, bombs on the cross, and Cloud9 needs to play for this retake.
Yeah, there was a flank coming in from Sean, but he had to be a little bit slow with it. He had an AWP, but he also knew that Get Right was on catwalk. He could have fallen back to guard those stairs. A nice nade, does good damage, jumps down. Both players on catwalk for Cloud9.
And both of them by that A ramp in for NiP. They've given up complete control of that platform, allowing freakazoid the shot, but it doesn't matter. Forest is going to take it.
Yeah, huge round for NiP there. Really well done. That looked a little bit dire early on. It took them so long to clear out Shroud because Skadoodle won that initial battle with the AWP, so they had to be worried that he was going to grab the angle and support him at long. Either way, it's Skadoodle and Sean with 20 kills for Cloud9. Get Right leading the way with 25. Forest behind at 21. And it's going to be a save round for Cloud9. Another round where they feasibly could have force bought, but they decide to play it safe. They're going to wait till they can get their full kits.
I do start getting a little worried because, you know, we know the Cloud9 of old used to have those issues of occasionally closing out games, and they should be okay after this one, but we're going to have to wait and see if NiP can find a little bit of what's been working for them leading up to this point. Looks like Cloud9 going to try and keep that presence control towards mid, but in the moment, Forest just looking to land that little one tap. Not going to get it easily on Shroud, though.
Oh, look at Skadoodle just aggressively pushing up. He takes out Friberg, gets traded off for his trouble, but 4-on-4. No committal anywhere for NiP. Two players stacked up in mid, one trying to push up catwalk. Allu gets damaged pretty heavily down to 40 HP.
Yeah, this is getting dangerous. Freakazoid's found Xizt. They're down to 3 players here, and let's see if anyone else can chime in from Cloud9. It looks like they're going for the challenge. It looks like Allu needs to land the shot, and he just whiffs it, and thankfully for Forest, thankfully for him, Forest comes in to save the day, but now, slowly but surely, Forest is keeping this round in control.
Yeah, crucially, as Nothing and Sean both try and come up catwalk, but crucially, the kills that Cloud9 got, they couldn't salvage the weapon. One was in lower B, you know, one was on catwalk. Guns are too far away, so even though they get those initial kills, there's still so much firepower in NiP, and not much left for C9 players to do from there with just the pistols. But here's that buy round. Skadoodle's going to pick up the AWP.
All right, this is pretty darn defining between these two. 14-13, Cloud9 still ahead, but for the last couple of rounds, NiP have been starting to find a little bit of fire here. Double AWP back out to play, a hell of a lot of utility to work with. And Skadoodle's gonna have the chance to open things up. That's Xizt down. Brilliant beginning for Cloud9. And already, so much gained for so little. They didn't take too much damage. Shroud, I guess, and Nothing were there, but again, Skadoodle, when it matters, finds form. Doesn't get his third, though, as Forest will get away with his life at long.
He's stuck there, but crucially, Skadoodle should, he re-peeks it anyways. He should have just lived. That's all he had to do. He's very lucky that Forest fell back off of that. Either way, 5-on-3 now. All 3 members of NiP stuck in mid are working their way up catwalk. It's all that's left to him because there's a flanker pushed up through B already. That's Sean Gares. He has all the intel. He knows they're going A. You can see a 4-man lean for Cloud9 over towards this A site. They're going to give it up and play for a retake, knowing they have such an advantage in terms of manpower.
They should be able to just throw enough bodies at it that it should work out. We're going to find out if that's the case any second now. The bomb has been passed off towards Friberg. Forest will get back to watch on short. He's going to have 3 players make his way there. Sean's going towards long, Nothing in towards CT. First nade comes out. He's not going to find the shot there. They're starting to line up, though, and that's what Forest wants. He's going to do it first. Friberg comes in on the second. That's the threat from short dealt with. And now where are the other players coming from? We've got Nothing towards CT. Sean Gares on long. Shroud joining him. 3 players in towards Get Right. Can he step up like Forest has? He's going to get the first. He sprays for the second. He gets it. Get Right holding on desperately, but Shroud now has no option but to run. And look at Forest going in for the hunt. He goes for the challenge. He gets denied. But there we go. It will be Friberg to close down. And ladies and gents, we've got a game on our hands. NiP closing this, and even with Cloud9 with so much to work with, just couldn't make it happen.
Yeah, this is that heartbreak with Cloud9 we see from time to time, and now they've got another decision. Do they want to let NiP get to 15 by saving and play for overtime, or do they want to go for it here? I don't like how that round was handled by Cloud9. I don't like that they gave up that bomb site so easily in a 5-on-3.
Yeah.
The retake with 2 players coming up catwalk, they get in that battle, and there's 1 player coming up ramp, 2 more at long. But those 3 players didn't make any kind of progress. 2 NiP players were occupied, battling out on cat. That's somewhere where you make progress onto the bomb site. You eliminate that 1 player, and you have them confined to 1 spot. But retake very uncoordinated, and they're punished for it.
It's a dangerous, dangerous NiP at the moment. Confident, full utility, a lot of money to work with, I can imagine. They're not going to be, you know, sour about that one. They've got probably the double AWPs back out to play. We've been seeing how well Forest and Allu have been making those work. And on the other side of things, Cloud9, that money is absolutely dire. I think we're almost back underway. We are indeed. And well, looking at Cloud9, it's pistols, a couple of nades. Last time they picked up a kill along with that, but not even going to find that this time. This isn't looking good. Yeah,
they weren't able to stabilize at any point during like the second stage of this half. So basically, every round has been they win one and then they lose, or they win one and then they have to save to get that AWP back. They had to get that full kit, so their money has never been in a good spot on this defensive side. And that's given NiP all they've needed to work with.
Wow. Cloud9 are going to have to dig deep for this round or even making an impact in towards it. They have so little in their arsenal. Seang Gares, the man who did brilliantly before, I think it was with the 5-7, if I'm not mistaken, when they made their way towards that B site earlier in this, but not gonna have the opportunity this time as Forest just skips, hops, and jumps up towards short. And look at this Cloud9 just tucking away, trying to make them come into those closer angles, try and put those pistols to work.
Yeah, and Forrest just biding his time, waiting for someone to peek. He sees it, he gets dinked. He actually gets eliminated by freakazoid long range. That's the op down. Cloud9 could get aggressive and try and pick that one up, but it's NiP. They're just going to stream out. So they're not falling back off this. They're going to come take these battle against the pistol. Xizt is going to get one.
But there's still 3 players here. Skadoodle, Shroud, and Nothing. They're all here. And look, Nothing hasn't even been touched yet by that molly, but Xizt still checks. That's vital. He's going to take him down. And this pistol round is being swept aside, and Seang Gares can do nothing in this.
Looked a little promising with Freak just
it was
picking
almost there. You
Forrest
had
up like
hope
that.
for a second.
Yeah, but unfortunately, NiP too much to go against. They salvaged the AWP onto Friberg. So yeah, you're right. This double op setup did great in the first half for NiP. It's done wonders in the second half for them. They've won, I mean, there's only been 2 gun rounds won by Cloud9 in this half, so that's very, very impressive.
Yeah, and this will be NiP getting themselves onto match point. 15-14 here. Cloud9 took the last round with a pinch of salt, but this is the one they have to make count here. It's do or die, or we're going to overtime, and we'll have to see how that one pans out, because that's a little different. But oh, I see something being switched out there towards Get Right. Let's see what he can do with this one. Oh my word. All right, we've got something going on. This could be a lot of pain through those doors if they go marching through. Get Right's gonna have bullets for days, but no one actually gonna get tagged up from this, and they're gonna be able to switch back out to their regular guns.
And actually, this is, I mean, that's astounding that they crossed. Only 1 player crossed. Once they heard the auto snipers, everyone just chilled out for a second. Didn't even, they were just too scared.
You can't blame them, right?
No, they're just like, we're not dealing with it. We'll wait.
Okay, now Cloud9 can reset a little. They can maybe get back to where they wanted to play.
It's interesting because all the success that, or a lot of the success that NiP's had in their T side is going up catwalk, which is right at Skadoodle, which is basically what Cloud9 wants. They want you going at Skadoodle, their star opper, who's just been a beast for so long, but NiP's able to bully their way, and in some cases just being gifted the bomb site.
Well, that's a little bit of a different start, though. Seang Gares will manage to find Get Right in those B tunnels, so going to keep some sort of control towards this map, but we know that Get Right's been going out on his own here, and this play towards mid is going to be dangerous as hell. Look at this freakazoid on the precipice, doing so much damage. Forest is just beyond that smoke. If only he knew. Forest is going to start edging forward, and he's going to make for a run for it. Freakazoid finally catches a glimpse. He turns around. Oh my god, he doesn't get the shot! Freakazoid, what is going on here? And now 2 players, the Guardians of B, are going to have to step up. It's Seang Gares, it's Nothing. The crossfire's paying off perfectly. Nothing comes up finally with the goods. As Forest, last man alive, 1v4. He's going to take down 1. Seang Gares gone. He gets the second. That's Skadoodle. And now 1v2. This can't happen, and it won't. Shroud closes down. It's 15-15. We're going to overtime. And my word, that was scary for a last round.
Freakazoid is so happy right now that his team bailed him out of that one, but that crossfire in that B bomb site, even though they take care of 1, that crossfire was just too strong in that B site. No NiP members coming from the tunnel, so there was nothing to distract the players on platform. You know, Sean pushed up in that corner to the left. Really well done on that defense, just holding strong inside the bomb site. But well, I mean, we're seeing a lot of NiP. We've seen Get Right do it once. We just saw Ford do it there. Just nonchalantly walk out mid, you know, not feeling like there's ever going to be a presence there. It's only usually going to be freakazoid in CT spawn. So
right.
I'm actually impressed that NiP was able to win out that half and force overtime without even really exploiting mid too much.
It makes you worry for overtime almost, doesn't it? You're going to have to see what they can bring here, because we are going to go back live into this one. They're not messing around. They want to get this one started, get that momentum going and building back up once again. And Cloud9 starting out on the CT side, NiP on the T side. What we've seen stuff to start with here, and it looks like Skadoodle's going to go a little bit more aggressive. He's going to find the start. That's Friberg down.
Chicken wing sticking out just a little bit much, and he picks off the elbow of Friberg.
Perfect beginning. Exactly what they'd need. Skadoodle was consistently challenged down by Short, as you mentioned. If he can get that building up for him early on, not a bad way to begin, but still, NiP have time.
Well, now they have 3 players in the middle. This is a perfect opportunity for them to just stroll out right now. They know they're not going to get too much, but just like we saw during regulation, Get Right's going to work his way up cat. Xizt is going to fall back towards long with the bomb. He's going to meet up with Forest. Looks like they're gearing up for some kind of a split at the moment.
I wonder if they commit to this. They've got 56 seconds to do so. You've got Shroud waiting in pit, Skadoodle on towards the site. Freak's kind of pulled himself back from mid a touch, but not too much, so he's still got presence there if needed. But NiP going to be, once again, building back up towards short. They've got 3 players there. Forest just waiting around in mid, but they could be tucking down towards CT. They've already dropped down towards ramp. Getright's going to find freakazoid. That's the mid presence gone. Getright comes in towards Skadoodle. That is perfect play coming out from him. That's his third. That's the dangerous Getright you occasionally see rearing its head, and now he's looking for more. And why not? There's Shroud and Gares waiting, but he's not going to have the chance here. Bring it back to a 2v2. This is still possible. Shroud in a great little spot here. He's got one towards the side. Gares is going to find Forest, and now it's all down towards Xizt. 1v2, he's going to have to step up for his team, and he's not going to be able to do it. Gares comes in with a retake.
What a round to win for Cloud9. 2-on-4 in that retake, so they find the kills they need. No trades coming out for NiP. They're just able to pick them off one by one. They get that defuse, and that's crucial. But once again, a lot of success for NiP coming up catwalks. Skadoodle not able to find anything that round. He spends a lot of time pop flashing long for his teammate to try and bail him out if they're coming out long. No one's there, and Getright's able to drop and gets all the kills that NiP needed. Unfortunately, they just muffed the retake a little bit.
Yep, just fluffed the lines at the end. 16-15 now, Cloud9 taking the reins in overtime to at least begin with. But already allu looking like he wants to speed things up here. Look at this guy, he's straight away going off, and Xizt running the AWP towards Shroud. Okay, that's a little different, but why not? I guess if you have the spawn, use it. But there we go, that's what we need to see. The impact from Skadoodle coming in, denying that early short presence, but already great information gathered. As you just noted, they're pushing through those B tunnels. They know they're not here.
Yeah, all the intel in the world, and this flank can actually speed up a little bit and catch a couple off. They're spending time boosting up on catwalk, trying to peer over the smoke into the A site. Not going to be able to find anything, but Cloud9, with this flank coming in, so spread out at the moment. One player at long, one player in Goose at the A bomb site. That's going to be 1-on-X situations unless Skadoodle has the guts to look away from long to bail freakazoid out, but that information might just come too late.
He's going to do it. He's making the turn. He's going to try and negate long. It doesn't matter. Getright's going to land the shot. Now freakazoid has to be the stopping post. He has to make this play stop where it is, but no, Getright will break through in the end. It's a one kind of trade coming off there, but it's going to allow a little bit of time. But the bomb's down. 2 players in this from the CT side. Nothing in Gares. This time having no luck. Getright's still alive. He's not going to allow this one to happen. Nothing, not going to get it. And Getright just taking matters into his own hands there. 4 kills for him.
Yeah, once again, I think Skadoodle just swings out a little bit too wide, gets picked off, misses that shot, but NiP just repeatedly bullying their way out catwalk, finding the first couple kills that they need. Too much for freakazoid to do in that kind of a position.
Okay. We're seeing the double AWP come out
Triple.
for Cloud9 as well. Something we don't see all that often. Gares kind of picking it up normally if Skadoodle's already been taken down. And he's already tagged up to, or tagged down to 19, should I say. As this has started off well for NiP.
Yeah, they picked up those 3 ops much like they did in regulation. They didn't get the autos, but they picked up 3 ops, and one of them does the work, takes him down. So his only real play, he's going to actually position himself at the back of Plaid where it's just a headshot angle, so that's a smart play from him. But there's the duel. Allu takes out Skadoodle. That's a big loss for Cloud9. Massive
loss, considering Getright's been doing that on his own, but add in others, keep them alive. And you've got a bit of a recipe for disaster for Cloud9 if they don't lock this down by the site. But still, Forest keeping 2 players busy towards B, and now look at this play towards A. 3 players here, Xizt, Friberg, allu, and it's freakazoid to go down to Xizt, gonna crack that one open. They're gonna know Shroud is still here. He's been positioned on long consistently throughout this game. He's gonna get the tag towards 1, but I don't think you get much more.
Yeah, and he has to take these duels now. He's got to win a little bit more. There's Getright lurking. Perfect timing from him. And now it's looking dire once again. 2-on-4, but that makes it a 4-on-1 Forest. Finding one through the doors. And I'm glad you mentioned that Shroud has been playing long this entire half because they really haven't put any pressure on him. 1 or 2 rounds they've gone at him, but mostly it's just everyone coming up catwalk. And that round, crucially, Getright switches it up. Finds that lurk out long and just throws Shroud. He wasn't used to seeing Getright lurk like that, so it catches him off guard in the last round of overtime, or the first half of overtime.
Yeah, so looking at the scoreline here, and we saw how good NiP were on that CT side throughout the game. They were really picking up the gun rounds. They're going straight in towards this. Getright dropping 36 kills already. He's having a monstrous game. And we said at the start, he looked confident. He looked like he was playing that DM Puggy style. It's working out for him. Yeah,
and Forest as well. And this is the NiP we used to see where Getright and Forest were top fragging for their squad. Yep. Both playing well, but Getright just at a level of his own in the server right now with those 36 kills.
Worrying times if you're a Cloud9 fan here. Let's see what NiP have going on their CT side. They're going to be jumping over towards that one. Cloud9 need to get back into this. They need to find a little bit of that spark they were running with earlier. freakazoid, that great play towards opening up the sites, but that became a little quiet. But here we go. We are back into this. And already we're going to see a very decisive beginning. Forest is going to get fed the first. That's nothing down. And presence is certainly known. Already Xizt, though, going to be flooded with those flashes. He's going to have to keep his eyes trained towards this. He's got a good idea where they are. Gares, though, breaking through towards A. That's going to change things up a little bit here. But allu and Xizt looking to retake control on long. That's where the bomb is. Skadoodle's still got the bomb. He's going to try and get out of there, as allu did find Freak.
Yeah, and one's flanking, drop
Oh
down,
my
and
God,
that's
it's Get Right.
Yep, he's lurking, and he's gonna get another kill. That's the bomb. That could be the entire round going the way of NiP, because you see the two players, Allu and Xizt, who are playing long. They push out, they're gonna meet up with them. Shroud's got so much work to do. There's a minute left, so they can play it a little slow and find the battles they want, but this is gonna be so difficult.
And it was all going so well for those two players splitting up short, but now it's the worst situation they could be in. You can see it already, those bullets starting to fly. The molly comes up short, and Gares does take down Get Right, so maybe a little bit of a ray of light at the end of the tunnel, but already in those peak tunnels, you're gonna see him lurking, and it's Allu with the double coming in, and NiP looking good in this now. Match point here, 18-16, they need one more, and Cloud9's hopes are gonna get a little shattered off this one.
Yeah, they're dimming quickly, and this time they don't have an AWP on, or they are gonna drop one for Skadoodle, it looks like. Looks like he dropped an AK-47 over to a teammate. He does pick that up. He's got the spawn over towards long. But this is, they're gonna have to slow play this, and actually, interestingly enough, the first round of overtime, NiP did not go back to that double op setup. They waited until they won one.
All right, here we go. Forest being cautious. Ooh, Skadoodle maybe looking for a little boost up there by Cap. Forest is kind of playing a little bit of an off angle, playing a little bit more passive on it, but Get Right's already made his presence known. He just pushed up long. This guy in such an important round, and Allu's gonna find Skadoodle, freakazoid and nothing, the last two alive, and NiP are looking so strong in overtime right now. Nothing so close here, just steps away from Allu. Allu's gonna back out of it, Forest's gonna back away, 1 minute remains. Shot comes through those double doors, nothing, down to 12 HP here. Freakazoid's trying to speed things up, but there's Xizt catching nothing in the heels. And now it's just Freakazoid 1v4. On paper, this should never have happened this way, but NiP finding a little bit of what makes them incredible here, as Freakazoid will at least find Forest, but now 3 players in his way. Allu, Xizt, and Friberg. Peak comes out from short, and he does tag up Allu perfectly. He's not going down without a fight here. 30 seconds, he's got the bomb, he's taken down Allu. Now he's got to find one more, but it doesn't look good. And there we have it, final kill coming through for Friberg. And my God, that was a great little bit of play from NiP.